Have you ever wondered why some compliments make a woman smile, but others make her stop for a second and look at you like she's seeing you in a new light? Why does she brush off a "you're beautiful," but her whole body reacts when you say something she didn't expect? And here's the real question most men never stop to ask. What if the compliments women crave the most are the ones men almost never say? Not because men aren't loving, not because they don't care, but because nobody ever taught them what women actually feel inside. Nobody teaches a man that a woman hears everyday compliments like noise, but she absorbs deeper compliments like medicine. Nobody teaches him that some words touch her skin, while a few rare ones touch her soul. Nobody explains that a woman doesn't fall for fancy lines. She falls for the quiet truth spoken by a man who actually sees her. So today I want to take you into that quiet place inside a woman where she hides her fears, her softness, and the parts of herself she doesn't show the world. I want to help you understand the 3 compliments she secretly craves, the ones she wishes anyone would say just once. Compliments she never asks for, but carries inside her heart like unanswered prayers. And once you understand them, the way you speak to a woman will change forever. Every woman, no matter how confident she looks, has a place inside her that whispers, "Please see me. Please really see me." And most men miss that whisper completely, but you won't after today, because now we're going deeper into the first compliment she craves but rarely hears, the one that makes her feel like you're not just looking at her, you're actually understanding her. Before we talk about the words themselves, I want you to picture something. Imagine a woman sitting across from you. Maybe she's smiling, maybe she's quiet, maybe she's trying to act normal, even though something inside her feels heavy. Now imagine saying something to her that doesn't just land on her ears, but lands on her heart. Imagine watching her eyes soften, her breath slow, her shoulders drop. Imagine seeing her go from guarded to open in a matter of seconds. That is the power of the compliments I'm about to share with you. But here's what makes these compliments rare. They require attention, not effort, not charm, not smooth lines, just attention. And attention for a woman is one of the deepest forms of love. When a man pays attention, she feels safe. And when she feels safe, she opens. And when she opens, that's when real connection starts. So let's start with the first compliment, the one that tells her something she never hears but always needs. Every woman has a part of herself she doubts. It might be her mind, the way she handles stress, the way she cares too much, the way she loves too hard. She hides these doubts because she thinks they make her weak. She doesn't show them because she doesn't want anyone to think she's fragile. She wears her strength like a mask and hopes nobody looks too closely at the cracks underneath. But when you look at her and say something like, "I love the way your mind works," or "I like that you care about things most people ignore," you touch a part of her she hides. You make her feel seen in a way she didn't know she needed. She may look away for a moment because she's not used to being noticed like that. She's used to people praising her looks, her style, her body. But when someone speaks to the part of her she hides, she feels exposed in the best way. A woman will forget compliments about her beauty after a while, but she will never forget the man who noticed something deep about her, something she didn't ask anyone to notice, something that wasn't obvious. Beauty fades, attention fades, but feeling understood stays forever. When a woman feels understood, her heart opens in ways she can't control. And here's the thing most men don't realize. You don't need to be poetic or perfect to say something meaningful. You don't need fancy words or big speeches, just simple truth, something real, something honest, something only you could say because only you noticed it. And once you say it, she will always associate you with that feeling of being seen. She will carry that moment with her, even in silence. Now let's move to the second compliment, the one that women crave deeply but rarely hear from men. It's the compliment that tells her she brings peace, not chaos. Women live with a quiet fear, one that most men never understand. They fear being too much, too emotional, too needy, too intense, too complicated. They fear being a burden. They fear that their softness will push people away. So they shrink themselves. They laugh smaller. They hide their stress. They pretend they're fine even when they're falling apart inside. And that's why this compliment matters so much. When you tell a woman, being around you feels easy, or you make me feel calm, you undo years of pressure she carries alone. She feels safe with you in a way she doesn't feel with most people. She feels like she doesn't have to perform or pretend. She feels like she doesn't have to hide the parts of herself she worries might be too much. A woman doesn't want to feel like work. She wants to feel like a gift. She wants to feel like her presence adds something to your life, not take something away. When you tell her she brings peace, she finally feels like she's not a burden. She feels like she can be herself. She feels like she can breathe. There's something powerful in telling a woman she makes your life lighter. Not because she tries, not because she's perfect, but because her natural energy touches your life in a good way. Women rarely hear this because men often mistake softness for weakness. But women are drawn to men who can hold emotional truth without fear. And this compliment shows her that you not only feel peace around her, but you're brave enough to say it. And that brings us to the third compliment, the one that scares men the most because it requires vulnerability. It is the compliment that tells her you're proud of her, not proud of how she looks, not proud of what she gives you, proud of her strength, proud of her growth, proud of the way she handles life, even when life breaks her. Women fight silent battles every single day. They fight to love themselves in a world that constantly compares them. They fight to keep going when their hearts are tired. They fight to stay soft when the world keeps teaching them to be hard. And nobody sees these battles. Nobody claps for them. Nobody praises them. So when you say, "I'm proud of you," it hits her in a place she keeps locked away. She may try to laugh it off. She may look down. She may change the subject, but she feels it. She feels it deeply because finally someone noticed her effort, not her results, not her image, her effort, the part of her she carries alone. Men think women want big gestures, but most women just want to know that the man standing in front of them sees how hard they try. She wants to know she's not fighting her battles invisibly. She wants to know someone believes in her, supports her, and respects her journey. But here's the truth. These compliments only work when they're real. Women can feel fake words instantly. They sense things in a way that men sometimes don't understand. They hear tone, they feel meaning, they notice hesitation. So only say things you truly mean. Let the words come from a calm and honest place. When you speak from your heart, she feels it in hers. Now, I want to tell you a small story. There was a man who dated a woman for 3 years. Every day he told her she was beautiful. He meant it. He wasn't lying, but she never reacted in a deep way. She thanked him, but there was no emotional shift. Then one day she had a long, stressful night. She came home tired, eyes dull, hair messy, and he looked at her and said, "I love how you stay kind even when you're tired." She froze. Tears filled her eyes instantly because nobody ever told her that her kindness mattered. Nobody ever saw that part of her. That's the power of seeing a woman's inside world. That's the power of speaking to her heart instead of her appearance. A woman doesn't fall for the loud compliment. She falls for the quiet one, the honest one, the one that speaks to her truth, the one that sees her soul before it sees her body. And once a woman feels that kind of compliment from you, she doesn't forget you. Even years later, she remembers your tone, your eyes, your words. She remembers the warmth she felt. She remembers the way her heart opened. You become the man who didn't just look at her, you understood her. But there's something important you must know. Words matter, but actions matter more. If you tell her she gives you peace, live in a way that protects that peace. If you tell her you're proud of her, stand by her through her struggles. If you tell her you see her inner world, don't disappear when she shows it to you. A woman trusts a man whose words and actions sound the same. When she feels that, she stays. She becomes loyal in a way that comes from her soul, not her mind. She gives you a love that is steady, patient, and true. So remember this, a woman may hear many compliments in her life, but the ones that stay with her are the ones that speak to her truth, the ones that make her feel safe, the ones that make her feel enough, the ones that make her feel seen. Your words can be that gift for her. They can be the reason she steps into her day with more confidence. They can be the healing she never got. They can be the softness she didn't know she deserved. And maybe the most powerful thing of all is this. When you speak to a woman's heart, you awaken her love. Not because she's weak, not because she's desperate, but because every woman blooms when she is seen. If you felt something in this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which part spoke to you the most. Your support helps this message reach more people who need it. And remember, sometimes one true compliment can change a woman's whole day, and maybe even her whole life.